Throughout history, the fate of nations has often hinged on a single act of betrayal. These moments, when trust was shattered and alliances broken, sent shockwaves that forever altered the course of empires and peoples. Today, we unravel the stories behind 5 of the most infamous betrayals, each one a turning point that changed the world as we know it. Imagine a world where loyalty is the bedrock of power, where a single act of treachery can topple emperors, redraw borders, and ignite wars. These are not just stories of personal ambition or revenge. They are moments when the very destiny of nations was rewritten by those who dared to betray. Let's set the stage with a quick overview. From the marble halls of ancient Rome to the battlefields of colonial India, from the intrigue-laden courts of Europe to the shadowy world of spies in wartime, betrayal has worn many faces. Sometimes it's a trusted friend with a hidden dagger, other times a celebrated hero who switches sides, or a charismatic leader who sells out for power. But in every case, the consequences have been seismic, reshaping societies, governments, and the course of history itself. Let's delve deep into the stories of 5 figures whose betrayals left indelible marks on the world. First, we journey back to ancient Rome, to the Ides of March 44 BCE. Julius Caesar, conqueror, dictator, and reformer, stood at the pinnacle of power. Among his closest confidants was Marcus Junius Brutus, a man Caesar trusted like a son. Yet beneath the surface, tensions simmered. Many senators feared Caesar's growing power threatened the very fabric of the Republic. Brutus, torn between personal loyalty and his republican ideals, joined a conspiracy to assassinate Caesar. On that fateful day, as Caesar entered the Senate, Brutus was among those who plunged their daggers into him. The betrayal was immortalized in Caesar's reported last words, "Et tu, Brute," and you, Brutus? The assassination did not restore the Republic. Instead, it plunged Rome into chaos and civil war, paving the way for the rise of the Roman Empire under Augustus. The act of betrayal by Brutus became a symbol of the complex interplay between personal loyalty, political ideals, and the unintended consequences of violence. Next, we leap forward to the American Revolution, and the name that has become synonymous with treason, Benedict Arnold. Once a brilliant general in the Continental Army, Arnold was a hero at battles like Saratoga, but beneath his valor simmered resentment. He felt underappreciated, overlooked, and beset by financial troubles. Tempted by British promises of money and rank, Arnold hatched a plan to surrender the strategic fortress of West Point to the enemy. The plot was uncovered at the last moment, and Arnold fled to the British side, forever branding his name with infamy. His betrayal not only threatened the American cause at a critical juncture, but also forced the revolutionaries to confront the fragility of their own unity. Arnold's story is a cautionary tale of how personal grievances and ambition can undermine even the noblest of causes. Our journey continues to 18th century India, where the fate of an entire subcontinent hinged on the actions of one man, Mir Jafar. In 1757, the British East India Company sought to expand its control, but faced stiff resistance from the powerful Nawab of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Dowlah. The British, led by Robert Clive, needed a decisive edge. They found it in Mir Jafar, a high-ranking commander who coveted the throne. In exchange for British support, Mir Jafar agreed to betray his ruler. At the Battle of Plassey, his forces stood aside, ensuring a swift British victory. Mir Jafar was installed as a puppet Nawab, but the real power belonged to the British. This act of betrayal marked the beginning of nearly 2 centuries of colonial rule in India, transforming the region's political, economic, and social landscape. Mir Jafar's name became a byword for treachery in Indian history, and his actions reshaped the destiny of millions. Now we turn to the dark days of World War II, and a name that became synonymous with collaboration and betrayal, Vidkun Quisling. In 1940, as Nazi Germany invaded Norway, Quisling, a politician with fascist sympathies, seized the opportunity to declare himself head of a new government, openly collaborating with the occupiers. His regime assisted the Nazis in suppressing resistance, deporting Jews, and enforcing German control. The Norwegian people, however, overwhelmingly rejected Quisling, and his name became a universal term for traitor. After the war, he was tried and executed for treason. Quisling's betrayal not only facilitated Nazi atrocities in Norway, but also became a stark warning of the dangers posed by those who would sell out their own nation for power. Finally, we enter the shadowy world of espionage with the enigmatic figure of Mata Hari. Born Margaretha Zell in the Netherlands, she reinvented herself as an exotic dancer and courtesan, captivating audiences and influential men across Europe. During World War I, she was accused of spying for Germany, passing secrets gleaned from her lovers in the highest circles of power. Though the full extent of her espionage remains debated, her arrest, sensational trial, and execution by the French made her an enduring symbol of intrigue and betrayal. Mata Hari's story reflects the murky realities of war, where trust is a rare commodity and information can be as deadly as bullets. Her legacy endures as a cautionary tale about the blurred lines between loyalty, survival, and duplicity. Each of these betrayals did more than just change the lives of the individuals involved. They triggered massive historical consequences. Brutus's knife ended the Roman Republic and set the stage for imperial rule. Benedict Arnold's treason tested the resolve and unity of the fledgling United States. Mir Jafar's ambition opened the door to British domination of India, with repercussions that echo to this day. Quisling's collaboration enabled Nazi oppression and left a scar on Norway's national memory. Mata Hari's alleged espionage became a symbol of the perilous dance between trust and deceit in times of war. These stories remind us that betrayal is not just a personal act. It is a force that can topple empires, reshape societies, and alter the course of history. The choices of a single individual, whether driven by ideology, ambition, or desperation, can reverberate across centuries. As we reflect on these tales of treachery, consider the power of trust and the devastating impact when it is broken. History is shaped not only by heroes and leaders, but also by those who choose a different path. What lessons can we learn from these betrayals? How can we guard against the seeds of division and disloyalty in our own time? The story of humanity is, in many ways, the story of trust and the consequences when it is lost. Stay curious, question loyalties, and remember, the fate of nations can turn on a single act of betrayal.